So does this help Nikki Haley at all?
Well, it does, because she gets, one would suppose, looking at the polling and the positions they take, that she would take more of the votes that Chris Christie would have got. It doesn't make her a shoo-in. It does elevate her, certainly not a shoo-in against Trump. Trump's lead is still considerable. It's tighter in New Hampshire, the primary, but it's much larger in Iowa. So it elevates her position and makes her more viable against Trump. But Trump is such a big beast. It's very difficult to see how she can displace him. But she's in a much better position now because she will take the lion's share of the anti-Trump vote. Her next challenge is to persuade Ron DeSantis to also step out, to leave a much clearer playing field for her to operate on. At the moment, they're in combination and splitting votes one from another. Her difference, of course, is that she is much more explicitly anti-Trump than DeSantis. DeSantis is trying to be a kind of chaos-free version of Donald Trump, and it's not really played very well. So she's much more popular in places like New Hampshire, but she's still 10, 15, 20 points behind him in the polling. She's got a much bigger challenge when it comes to states like Iowa. I still think it's still very much Trump's to lose, and he will lose this not as a matter of the primaries, but through the legal process, which is playing out as the background to the primaries.
Yeah, it's a joint calendar there between the primaries and the court dates, isn't it? But just with Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis, could an option be for Nikki Haley to essentially offer the running mate on her ticket to DeSantis? Could you see Haley, DeSantis as a president, vice president?
Yes, there's a sort of marriage of convenience there. But I think any presidential candidate that is obviously telegraphing that their highest aspiration is actually the vice presidency, which is, as Kamala Harris has shown, is really a very second-tier position in the American system. If it looks like you're trying to make electoral pacts in order to get into office, I think that's not going to play well. I mean, Trump's, one of his key messages is, I am a winner. You know what I stand for. I'm not going to maneuver. I'm not going to make deals, despite being a great deal maker. The other two are forced to make deals, possibly with each other, and I think that would compromise the purity of their campaigns in ways that could prove fatal for their chances.